The surprise visit to the lake house. I flew in unannounced to surprise my daughter and her husband at the lake house I'd bought them as a wedding gift. The maid let me in with shaking hands and whispered, "Señora, go to the basement." I found my daughter, 7 months pregnant, chained to a water pipe, half-starved, lips cracked, whispering for water. Upstairs, my son-in-law was live streaming himself on a yacht with influencers, wearing the Rolex I gave him, captioning it, "Living my best life with the fam." I took photos of everything, walked out, calmly called the Coast Guard and reported that my $800,000 boat had been stolen by an unknown party throwing a rave. When they dragged him off in handcuffs on the live feed, he screamed that it was his father-in-law's boat. I went on camera, looked straight into the lens and said, "I have no idea who this man is. My daughter is home with me, very pregnant and very safe." 2 days later, he was released on bail. He came crawling to my door with excuses. I handed him divorce papers, already signed by my daughter from her hospital bed, and the new deed to the lake house, transferred to her name that morning. Last I heard, he washes that same yacht for tips on weekends. My daughter and grandson live in the lake house. I sold the yacht and put the money in a trust for the boy. The chain and padlock from the basement are now a wind chime on her porch. The nursing home birthday. I drove 6 hours to surprise my mother on her 80th birthday at the luxury senior community I pay $12,000 a month for. The director was sweating when I arrived. Mom was in a shared room, untreated bed sores, no teeth in her mouth, wearing a stained hospital gown. My brother, who has power of attorney, hadn't paid the facility in 5 months. He'd been using the money for bottle service in Miami. I smiled, asked for the billing office, and paid every cent Mom owed in cash. Then I revoked his power of attorney on the spot, with the new one Mom signed that afternoon. Perfectly lucid, thank you. Next, I called American Express and reported all his black cards stolen. They froze $87,000 in charges he'd racked up that week. When he landed at the airport, private jet grounded for non-payment, he had to take a Greyhound home. He showed up at the facility begging Mom to forgive him. Security escorted him out. Mom has a private suite again. My brother now works the night shift mopping floors at that very same facility. He says the smell of bleach keeps him humble. The college tuition. I put my niece through Stanford after her parents died. Senior year, I flew in for graduation. She wasn't there. Her roommate said she'd dropped out months ago, sick, and my sister's husband, who I'd been sending the tuition to, told her I'd stopped paying. I found my niece living in a moldy studio, working double shifts at